Ah, America, land of towering skyscrapers, sprawling national parks, and perplexing customs? Yes, indeed, the United States is a country that can both amaze and bewilder even the most seasoned travelers. From the moment you step off the plane, you might find yourself scratching your head at some of the unique and sometimes baffling aspects of American life. Yes, dear traveler, beneath the surface of Hollywood glamour and fast food chains lies a cultural landscape ripe with potential faux pas. You might think you know America from the movies, but the reality can be quite different. For instance, did you know that tipping is not just appreciated but expected in many service industries? Or that small talk with strangers is a common social lubricant? Fear not, for this guide is here to equip you with the knowledge to navigate the USA's unique social terrain. We'll delve into the do's and don'ts of American etiquette, from the proper way to greet someone to the intricacies of dining out. Whether you're visiting for business or pleasure, understanding these customs can make your stay much more enjoyable. Forget everything you think you know about America from movies and TV shows. Cowboys don't roam the streets, except maybe in certain parts of Texas. And not everyone speaks with a Californian surfer dude accent. The United States is a vast and varied country, and its people are just as diverse. You'll find that regional differences can be quite pronounced, from the southern hospitality of Georgia to the fast-paced lifestyle of New York City. Prepare to encounter a melting pot of cultures, accents, and social norms that can be as diverse as the country's geographical landscape. In cities like New York and Los Angeles, you'll hear a symphony of languages and see a tapestry of cultural expressions. This diversity is one of America's greatest strengths, but it can also be a source of confusion for those unprepared for it. From the bustling streets of New York City to the laid-back beaches of California, the USA is a land of contrasts. You might find yourself hiking in the Rocky Mountains one day and exploring the deserts of Arizona the next. Each region has its own unique charm and set of customs, so it's worth doing a bit of research before you go. But fear not, intrepid traveler. With a little preparation and a healthy dose of humor, you can avoid those awkward moments and embrace the American experience with open arms and, hopefully, the right amount of tipping money. Remember, it's all part of the adventure. So pack your bags, bring an open mind, and get ready to explore the land of the free and the home of the brave. And who knows, you might just leave with a few stories of your own to tell. One of the best ways to truly experience the diversity of America is by hitting the open road. A classic American road trip can take you through charming small towns, bustling cities, and breathtaking natural wonders. Whether you're driving along the iconic Route 66 or exploring the scenic Pacific Coast Highway, the journey itself is an adventure. Don't miss out on the local festivals and cultural events that dot the American calendar. From the vibrant Mardi Gras celebrations in New Orleans to the patriotic 4th of July fireworks, these events offer a glimpse into the heart and soul of American culture. Participating in these festivities can be a great way to connect with locals and immerse yourself in the community spirit. And let's not forget the food. American cuisine is as diverse as its people. Each region boasts its own specialties, from the deep dish pizzas of Chicago to the seafood boils of the Gulf Coast. Be sure to try the local dishes wherever you go, and don't be afraid to ask for recommendations. You might discover a new favorite dish that you never knew existed. Sports are another integral part of American culture. Whether it's football, basketball, baseball, or hockey, attending a game can be an exhilarating experience. The energy of the crowd, the thrill of the competition, and the sense of camaraderie among fans are truly something to behold. Even if you're not a sports enthusiast, catching a game can give you a deeper understanding of American culture and its love for sports. Of course, no trip to America would be complete without visiting some of its iconic landmarks. From the Statue of Liberty in New York to the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, these sites are not just tourist attractions, but symbols of the country's history and ideals. Take the time to explore these landmarks and learn about their significance. It's a great way to gain a deeper appreciation for the rich tapestry of American history and culture. Lastly, don't be shy about striking up conversations with locals. Americans are generally friendly and open, and you might find that a simple chat can lead to new friendships and memorable experiences. Whether you're asking for directions or just sharing a laugh, these interactions can enrich your journey and give you a more personal connection to the places you visit. So, as you embark on your American adventure, remember to keep an open mind and a sense of humor. Embrace the differences, learn from the experiences, and most importantly, enjoy the journey. The land of the free and the home of the brave awaits you with open arms and endless possibilities. Safe travels. Let's start with the basics. The handshake. In America, the handshake is more than just a formality. It's a significant part of the first impression you make. Americans are big on this whole firm handshake business. It's a sign of confidence and respect. When you meet someone, especially in a business setting, a firm handshake can set the tone for the entire interaction. A limp handshake? Oh dear, you might as well have just offered them a dead fish. This can be perceived as a lack of interest or even disrespect. But don't go crushing their bones either. Aim for a firm but friendly grip. The key is to be assertive yet approachable. Practice makes perfect, so don't be afraid to refine your technique. Tipping. The bane of many a traveler's existence. Understanding tipping culture in America can be quite the conundrum for visitors. In America, tipping is not just a nice gesture. It's practically mandatory in many service industries. This is because the base pay for many service workers is quite low, and tips make up a significant portion of their income. Servers, bartenders, taxi drivers, they all rely on tips to supplement their income. It's a way to show appreciation for good service, and it's deeply ingrained in the culture. Not sure how much to tip? A standard 15 to 20% of the bill is usually a safe bet. If the service was exceptional, you might consider tipping even more. Conversely, if the service was poor, you can tip less, but it's still customary to leave something. Americans love a good chat, even with complete strangers. This can be quite surprising if you're from a culture where people tend to keep to themselves. Don't be surprised if someone in line at the grocery store strikes up a conversation about the weather or the latest baseball game. It's a way to pass the time and make a connection, however brief. Just smile, nod, and offer a few pleasantries. No need to divulge your life story, unless you want to, of course. Engaging in small talk can be a great way to learn more about American culture and make your experience more enjoyable. Social gatherings in America can also be a bit different from what you might be used to. Whether it's a casual get-together or a more formal event, there are a few things to keep in mind. For instance, if you're invited to a potluck dinner, it's customary to bring a dish to share. This shows that you're contributing to the event and helps to create a sense of community. At more casual events like a BBQ, feel free to bring your own drinks or snacks. It's a relaxed atmosphere where everyone pitches in and enjoys each other's company. For more formal events, it's important to RSVP and arrive on time. Being punctual shows respect for the host and the other guests. Another aspect of American social etiquette is respecting personal space. Americans generally prefer to keep a certain distance when interacting with others, so be mindful of this in social settings. Greetings can also vary depending on the context. A friendly wave or a simple hello is often sufficient in casual settings. In professional settings, a handshake and a formal introduction are more appropriate. Remember to maintain eye contact, as this conveys confidence and sincerity. Lastly, don't forget about online interactions. Social media is a big part of American culture, and understanding online etiquette can help you navigate these virtual spaces more effectively. Be respectful and considerate in your online communications, just as you would be in person. This will help you build positive relationships and avoid misunderstandings. Navigating the American social maze can be challenging, but it's also an opportunity to learn and grow. Embrace the diversity and be open to new experiences. With a little effort and understanding, you'll find your way through with ease. American humor can be an acquired taste. Sarcasm, irony, and self-deprecating jokes are all par for the course. Just remember, if you don't understand the joke, it's best to just smile politely and nod along. No one likes a humorless tourist. America, where portion sizes are enormous and free refills are king. Don't be afraid to ask for a doggy bag or to-go box, as it's more commonly known, if you can't finish your meal. It's perfectly acceptable and encouraged. Americans value their personal space. Standing too close to someone while talking or touching them excessively can be seen as intrusive. As a general rule of thumb, maintain an arm's length distance when interacting with strangers. Public transportation in America can be a mixed bag, depending on where you are. The experience can vary greatly from one city to another, and even within different parts of the same city. In major cities like New York and Chicago, it's usually efficient and reliable. These cities have extensive subway systems, buses, and even bike-sharing programs that make getting around relatively easy. The subway in New York, for example, runs 24/7, making it convenient for both locals and tourists. Chicago's L train system is another example of a well-oiled machine, connecting various parts of the city seamlessly. However, in smaller towns and rural areas, you might be better off renting a car and bracing yourself for the infamous American traffic. Rural areas often lack the public transportation infrastructure found in larger cities, making a car essential for getting around. But be prepared for traffic jams, especially during rush hours or holiday weekends. Navigating American roads can be a challenge, with different states having their own traffic laws and speed limits. The US dollar is king here, so make sure you have plenty of cash on hand. While credit and debit cards are widely accepted, having some cash can be useful for small purchases, tips, or in places where cards are not accepted. It's also a good idea to carry a mix of bills and coins for convenience. Credit cards are widely accepted, but be prepared to show ID for larger purchases. This is a common practice to prevent fraud, so don't be surprised if you're asked to show a photo ID when making a big purchase. It's also worth noting that some places may have a minimum purchase amount for credit card transactions. And don't forget to factor in sales tax, which is added to the price of goods and services at the point of sale. Sales tax rates vary by state and even by city, so the final price you pay may be higher than the listed price. It's a good idea to familiarize yourself with the sales tax rate in the area you're visiting to avoid any surprises at the checkout. Like any other country, the USA has its share of crime. While most visits are trouble-free, it's important to stay vigilant. Petty crimes like pickpocketing can occur, especially in crowded areas. Always be aware of your surroundings and keep an eye on your belongings. Be aware of your surroundings, especially in crowded tourist areas. Popular tourist spots can attract pickpockets and scammers, so it's important to stay alert. Avoid carrying all your valuables in one place and use a money belt or hidden pouch to keep your cash and important documents safe. Don't flash large sums of cash and keep your valuables safe. It's best to leave expensive jewelry and unnecessary valuables at home. If you must carry valuable items, use hotel safes or other secure storage options. When out and about, keep your bag zipped and close to your body. And if you're ever in doubt, don't hesitate to ask a police officer for help. Law enforcement officers are generally approachable and willing to assist tourists. Whether you need directions or have concerns about safety, don't be afraid to seek their help. They can provide valuable information and ensure you have a safe and enjoyable trip. So there you have it, dear traveler, a crash course in avoiding common faux pas in the USA. Remember, the key to a successful trip is to approach everything with an open mind, a sense of humor, and a healthy dose of respect for local customs. Embrace the differences, laugh at the absurdities, and most importantly, enjoy the ride. After all, you're in America now. Anything is possible.